So I'm sick, which is why I'm recording in the morning and not in the afternoon like I normally do. So I'm staying home from school today. If my voice sounds all fucked up, that's probably why. Don't know if I need to censor that or not, but I don't care. Not like I'm getting paid for this shit. Anyways, um, I'm gonna introduce y'all to a game. And I guess, well, it's almost Valentine's Day, so how about not only am I going to introduce you to a game, we're going to talk about my train wreck of a love life. How about that? Believe me, it's pretty interesting. I'm not going to say, hey, that it's the most insane thing you ever heard, but it's still interesting. So, this is Shining Force Neo. It's your basic. If you've seen Baldur's Gate 2 Dark Alliance, it's almost like that, but it's mainly. It's like that. The gameplay is like that. It's your normal PS2 hack and slash game. So, the special thing about this game in particular is the Force Art system, which basically allows you to make your own custom builds instead of having predetermined stats and classes. Most of the time when I play this game, I go a physical build, but but I've been planning a magic build for a while, so I think we're gonna do that. Now, this is one of my personal favorite games, and it's the game I brought up last video. But honestly, I can see why it rated as lowly as it did. Like it may I have a lot of personal memories attached to this game. Like I played this game a lot when I was a little kid. Because my grandfather had a PS2 and this was one of the games he had. But just this once, I'm going to start a new game. Also, another really cool thing, the cast is littered with like Dragon Ball characters and JoJo characters, specifically the voice cast. And I'm pretty sure the person that played Meryl played Chie in every Persona 4 game after the original. So like Golden onwards, what her voice is Meryl. I forgot the name of the actress. But yeah. As for the story, well, I'm gonna let you watch the intro. I'm just gonna let you watch the intro and you can find it for yourself.
Where are you, Max? Oops. What's the situation? Any sign of the enemy?
Obviously, spoilers for this game, which
Well,
I
don't
don't
waste any
think is a
time.
big deal.
The enemy
But
will
honestly, I
tear you
recommend you go
to
play this for
pieces.
yourself.
And when they do, it is our duty to keep this fort safe. One who is a force.
One who is a force must be the shield for the weak and the sword for the meek, right? You've already told me that 1,000
My only
times.
problem with this
Watch your
game,
tongue, boy. As one training to be a force,
Max,
you must engrave it in your mind
Max's
1,000
writing, the
times a
writing is a
day.
little dumb.
Now,
I'll admit that.
one
The
who is
writing
a
of this
force.
game is a little
Okay. Well,
cliche,
Master,
dumb,
you've got gate patrol to do, and
and
I'm off to tower duty.
kind of boring.
I'm not finished with you,
But it's
Max.
also par for the course for the time it came out.
Phew, if only the old man knew how to give it a rest. Force. A title that denotes a great warrior, a name bestowed upon only the chosen ones. I want to be a force to fight for my people, I need to begin my search for a long-lost force. For my big brother. Big brother, hang in there. I'll find you, I promise. Huh? Monsters! The enemy is attacking!
That's the other annoying part of this game. The music. Like, personally, I love the music, but the problem is, it's short and repetitive. Except for a few tracks which don't play nearly enough. Like, there's still one of my favorite tracks from the game, and I can't find it anywhere online. It's specifically when... Actually, I won't bring it up until later, because that would technically spoil it. And I will try my best not to include, like, cutscenes or anything, unless they are purely for aesthetic. I want y'all to go experience this game for yourself. That's how much I enjoy this game.
Are you on your way to assist Captain Graham? If that's the case, take some healing water with you from the treasure box. You will also find a fountain of healing water. Drink from this to heal any wounds.
I actually try every file I tried to 100% the game. Like, I collect every piece of weapon, one of every armor, one of every shield, everything. Oh. Watching YouTube, he's watching YouTube. Sorry about that, my mom's in the background. Oh, I almost saved over the wrong slot. That's actually how I have played this game 3 times. Almost every single time I stop in the same exact spot. The first time I had to restart was because my laptop got a Trojan. I did something stupid. If you're on an adult website, do not click links. I learned that the hard way. I was like, oh, this artist is pretty cool. Clicked on the link, instantly got a Trojan. So bad, my entire laptop, including the motherboard, had to be completely wiped.
Master!
Second time, I believe... Oh, right. Second time, I think I accidentally saved over my file. Yes, I accidentally saved over my file.
There you are, Max. The monster gate.
I also had to restart my progress because my grandfather donated his PS2 and his GameCube. So technically it was 4 times. And then on attempt number 4, I had to restart again because in my quest to 100% the game, I accidentally... Because this game is like Fire Emblem, because it has promotions and all that. So when I went to promote one of my characters, I forgot to have her... because sometimes you need to have 2 characters at once in order to promote one. I forgot how to have that character before she got bedridden. And... Yeah. I missed out on the last promotion of the game, and arguably the most important one. So, yeah.
0 dead, 7 injured. No one came out unharmed. That's all, sir.
So, yes, I have experience with this game.
I see.
I know
Well
it's
done, everyone.
it's in and outs, and I don't mind its flaws. That could be the nostalgia talking,
Clan of the Moon.
but I don't mind its flaws. I think all good games have flaws. Except for my GOAT Sonic Generations. That game is perfect. And keep in mind, I say this, the only flaw of Sonic Generations was its final boss fight. And before you say, oh, that's just because you're not good at it. Nope. You can get that thought out your head because he got the you can't touch this achievement. Which, I'm not going to say it's the hardest achievement in the game to get, but it's not an easy one.
But as long as
I would say it's second to completing all the challenges.
we'll never run free in our country. And much thanks to Max.
But yes.
Hey, come on now, all this applause. It's embarrassing,
And then
really.
I've been meaning to do this video for a while, and I think we'll play this game more, but it's personally my favorite. At least out of PS2 games. Now, keep in mind, that's not to say I don't like any other PS2 games, it's just that this one's my personal favorite because I grew up playing it. I am very aware that I am biased. But I also play Devil May Cry. I've played all kinds of PS2 games. I almost exclusively play old games because of the fact that I was a broke child. I did not get new games often. I was not like the rest of my generation that got all these games. I was way closer to how millennials got games than I ever was to how Gen Z got games. I got a few games at Christmas, 1 or 2 on my birthday, and if I managed to save up money, I would get 1 game. But yes. I am well aware of the struggle. If you look at most of my libraries for my video game consoles, most of those joints are free to play.
Now, you must be aware, as Graham, Force of Eucretus, I hereby declare you, Max, worthy to undertake the ordeal of the Force.
Huh?
Oh.
Oh. Master?
Again, lines in this game are cliche. Oh, right. Valentine's Day. Let's talk. Actually, no. We're gonna wait. Because I have to show you the greatest cutscene out of the game and my personal favorite song ever to come out of a video game. Just watch. So, that's another thing I love about this game. I love the art style. Like, its few good tracks are great, but they're always accompanied by stunning visuals.
Hi, come back.
Like, I love the style of this game. So,
I thought you missed the flight again.
Sorry, give me a sec. I'll be right there. I'm finally back.
also, this is like one of the most wholesome ships ever in fiction.
It's so great to see you. Today, we're throwing a huge welcome back party for you.
You're gonna cook?
Of course.
I told you it was Chie.
Chie.
Like, listen to Chie from Persona 4 Golden and listen to Meryl back to back.
What's wrong?
And I'm telling you, it's basically one-to-one.
You look shorter.
What are you trying to say? I think you're the one that's gotten tall.
Oh, yeah. Look, I was ordered to deliver a letter to my father on my return. Sorry, gotta go. Duty calls!
Wait, Max! Don't forget your stuff. This is heavy.
It's been 2 years since I left my hometown. Nothing's changed.
Anyways, let's talk. Now that we got that out the way, let's
Here's Meryl's church.
start the Valentine's Day portion of this, right? So, I already said this at the beginning, at like, when I started my channel at the intro, but I have a girlfriend, and weirdly enough, despite Valentine's Day being my least favorite day of the year, for reasons we're about to get into, I actually ended up asking my girlfriend out on Valentine's Day completely unintentionally. So my anniversary is Valentine's Day, which gives me mixed feelings on the holiday. On one hand, I hate it because everything else that happened in my childhood. On the other hand, I love Valentine's Day because I love my girlfriend. So if we were to ever, say, break up, I'd probably go right back to hating Valentine's Day. If anything, I'd hate it more.
Didn't notice?
Oh, that... Well... Well, I just...
Hardly. It was...
Huh?
I wanted to sit...
By the...
Well...
Anyways, so we start our tale back with a small little kid me. I didn't really have much of a love life at first.
Come on.
No, what made my Valentine's Day is eventful. Constant rejections. Now, granted, these weren't unwarranted. Because, Jesus Christ, I just did not. I needed a skincare routine.
Your opening is still too
I was
You think this is just training?
a bum back then. Like, I'm not.
Attack me as a
Looking
god.
back, I'm not surprised women didn't want to date
Give me
me.
another chance.
Like, I was a shower optional, brushing teeth optional kind of bum back then. Obviously, I fixed that now. If anything, I brush a little too much. Usually do it like 3 times a day for like 5 minutes, which, yes, I'm aware that it harms my gums. I'm
Yeah.
starting to stop that.
From Master Graham.
But yeah, I never did my hair. For reference, I'm medium looking. I'm not like stop dead in your tracks gorgeous or anything, but at the same time, I'm not completely botched. I'm in the middle somewhere.
From Graham.
as I am with most things. So yeah, that's what I call it. Though at the same time, that's not to say I didn't have girls that were interested in me. I was just too dumb, too ignorant, and too stupid to realize it. Like, for instance, I have three. I say three, but it's real in reality more of two exes, a childhood best friend, and my girlfriend. So my first ex, I met her in my Japanese class my sophomore year of high school. So
So, what does
it was a problematic relationship. I'm not gonna say it was great, because it really wasn't. And honestly, she needed a friend way more than she ever needed a partner. Which is why I'm still friends with her to this day. Like, me and her are still chill. Like, obviously, I'm not going to date her again. That's out of the question.
It says that
But it's not bad.
you've been training hard.
And then I have an ex-boyfriend. Yes, I'm bisexual. Though he's also trans. And that one went less well. If I'm being for real, the feelings just weren't there. And not just the feelings either. It was just a train wreck from beginning to end. Like, I originally asked him out as a joke. And then the slightest bit of questioning and we were a thing. Keep in mind, the whole time, I'm still talking to my childhood best friend. Obviously, we aren't a thing, because fat chance, I absolutely despise cheating. Like, because my parents divorced because of cheating. I'm not going to say who cheated, but I am going to say my parents divorced because of cheating. So, I am staunchly against cheating. That's not to say you aren't allowed to have I don't allow my partners to have physical relationships outside of me, but it has to be just that, physical. And my view on sex is interesting because I don't particularly care about it. Like, it's never something I care too much about. If anything,
So easily just because you give it your best shot.
it's my
Come on.
least favorite part of a relationship, if I'm being honest. Like, I don't mind it, and every now and then I do have sexual urges. But it's just, I feel nothing. Like, all these I don't know if it's a tism thing or not, but I don't feel anything during sex. Like, I really don't. Anytime someone says, oh, I feel all these emotions during sex, I look at them like, they're stupid. I'm like, and? What emotions are you supposedly feeling? Now, a good handhold, on the other hand, or hugging, maybe like a first kiss, which that's different. But no, I never felt anything during sex. Part of that might just be my inexperience with it, but at the same time, I think it might not be. Whatever. So yes, that is how that works. Um, and then there. Think. Let me think about this. Oh, right. Then there's a childhood friend. Speaking of which, if she's watching this, hi. I'm thinking about making her a mod of my channel. But yeah, I've been friends with her forever. Like, we met in kindergarten. She was my best friend all throughout elementary school. We lost touch in middle school, and then through a pure string of bullshit and dumb luck, I somehow managed to get back in contact with her in my freshman year of high school. And we've been talking constantly ever since. Now, my feelings towards her are complicated. Like, I don't... Well, it's not to say that I don't love her. It's just that I don't love her romantically anymore. I mean, obviously that can change. But, honestly, being with her was kind of killing my self-esteem a tiny bit. And that's through no fault of her own. Like, unlike all my other relationships, that was not her fault. My self-esteem being in the shitter was purely my fault. But it came from, like, a childhood thing where I had to protect her at all times. That's what I always felt like. Like, I wanted to protect her from the world.
Very well.
Like, it's strange. Because I cared so much about her that anytime I felt like I wasn't living up to her expectations or like I wasn't good enough, I would break down on myself, you know? And then I quickly realized as I got older, yeah, that's not healthy. That's not a healthy dynamic for a relationship. And not to mention, she doesn't live in the same country as me anymore, which is actually why we lost touch the first time. She lives in Bahrain on a military base. Which, if you don't know where Bahrain is, it's in the Middle East. Now, Now, I have seen her outside of this before. Like, I think it was 2 years ago. She came back to the States. Hates temporarily. He on a trip, I think. We hung out then. Also how I ended up losing my V card, but that's whatever. But my... Anyways. So, yeah. It was around this time. Keep in mind, I ended up losing my V card while I was dating Axel, but keep in mind I didn't cheat on her or him, and also I accidentally, it's whatever. It's whatever. So, I was dating my boyfriend at the time, or my ex-boyfriend, whatever. And my childhood friend came. She was in town. I was like, keep in mind, my ex-boyfriend was, you know, he was out on a trip, and I was like, and I shot him a text like, hey, can I crack that shit? Because, you know, it was, she was like my best friend. And I was like, hey dude, can I hit that? And he was like, go for it. And I'm like, sweet, thanks, you're the best. So after I got hot the approval, me and her ended up hooking up. Obviously, nothing happened because of it, obviously. Like, believe me, I'd be a dead man right now if something happened. So then, me and Axel broke up not even a few months late. Damn it! I keep saying, well, I guess it's a chosen name, so it doesn't mean anything. Fuck it. Keep in mind, most of my partners are not cis and straight. Like, so I guess in this case it'd be fine to call him by his chosen name because it's not connected to anything. But honestly, if I'm being so for real, it was probably a bad idea to date Axel in the first place. Okay.
Was that the last one?
So, keep in mind, at the same time, I had another friend. I say friend, but honestly, the guy was a bit of a psycho. And me and that friend got into a fight. And then this should have been warning sign number 1. But that friend ended up going to... He ended up going to Axel. Actually, no. I had a Discord server at the time. Which is why, if you notice, I don't have a Discord server, even though I started a YouTube channel. I had one at the time. It was just one for me and my friends to all hang out. Right? So, that friend goes on my Discord server and brings our private fight out into the open. Obviously, I was stupid and was trying to defend myself, not realizing that was basically signing my own death warrant. And yeah, nail in the coffin. And for that relationship, me and Axe start going at it. And let's just say
Great job, man.
it went horribly. At one point they had a whole entire hate group centered around me that almost all my friends joined. And it was bad. It was bad. Like, to date, that was my worst breakup. By far. That was my messiest, worst breakup. And that's saying something because back when me and my first girlfriend were dating, I mean, I guess it wasn't cheating because she hadn't said that we were exclusive yet, but at the same time, she heavily implied that me and her were a thing. And she was still dating another guy at the time. Again, hadn't gone exclusive with him either, but she was also low-key kind of stalking him. It wasn't anything insane, but yeah. So, obviously, when that came to light, I freaked out a bit. We also had, like, 2 other fights, but they were so stupid, I don't remember what they were about. But, anyways, yeah, those were my 2 worst breakups. Me and my childhood friend, well, we still talk, but honestly, while I love her, and you know what? If something was to happen to my current relationship, I'd consider it. I don't particularly think me and her would be a good fit anymore. Like, that, and that's fine. Like, that doesn't mean I care about her any less. Or that she's less important than me. I'd still defend her, like, and still care about her like any of my other partners or friends. But at the same time, I'm probably not gonna date her.
Yes, sir. Oh,
And then we get to my girlfriend.
report all this to Chairperson Rebecca.
And yes, we've had our...
What will you do?
We haven't really had a fight. Like, the only time we had a real thing where we even considered breaking up, like, for good breaking up, was a little thing called the beanbag incident. But I'm not going to talk about that because, honestly, none of those people are in my life anymore except for her. I really don't care. And you know what? Yes, while I was going through a trauma response, I didn't really communicate that well. So it is a little on me. But basically, me and my ex, her and my ex group of friends were just... They basically overstimulated me so much that I talk a lot. When I say I barely uttered more than 3 words after that happened, I mean exactly that. I was shook. Like, I was that overstimulated, and some of them even used me as like a footstool. And I call it the beanbag incident because they were holding a beanbag over my head the entire time. So I have no clue who did what. But there were even moments where I couldn't breathe. Because they were literally using me as a footrest. And if you see me in real life, I'm a pretty big guy. So you might be wondering how the fuck they managed to do that. Answer is, they were playing a lot of loud music and blasting shit in my ear. So I literally just couldn't move. And they had their legs on me in such a way, and I was laying down in a way that I couldn't move. Especially this one guy who was pretty big, like heavy set dude, had his legs on me. I couldn't move my arms, so I couldn't get up. And keep in mind, I couldn't just sit up because they had their legs on my chest too. And even if I tried, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it. Keep in mind, it was all fun and games at first, but
Very well.
you could instantly tell when it stopped being fun and games. Like, when I say the thing traumatized me, I mean exactly that. This traumatized me.
What is the problem, Lenny?
But yeah, I was. Yeah, it was bad. So obviously, since my girlfriend was involved with it and was one of the main perps, I heavily considered breaking up with her. But in the end, I ended up not doing it because I still loved her, even if she did something that fucked up. And I know she didn't really have any malice behind it. Like, I am good at telling whether people mean something maliciously or not. And I can tell that she was just having innocent fun. And that she didn't know what she was doing. So, yes, I had to work this stuff out in therapy, but I did forgive her for it. And that was our one hunt fight so far. And again, it didn't really come down to a fight. All I needed to do was set a boundary. Which, keep in mind, my other two relationships kind of conditioned me not to do. So I had to unlearn that behavior and learn that I am allowed to set boundaries in my relationships. And I've gotten pretty good at it. Which is why me and her have lasted for a year, while the other two fizzled out in a matter of months.
Captain.
But yeah, that's my. There's also a bunch of other stories, but nothing ever came of them. Like, none of my other crushes actually worked. What ends up happening every time is I either A, become best friends because they reject me. Like, my current best friend group, mostly made up of girls that rejected me. And we had chemistry anyways, so we just ended up being best friends instead. Or B, this is actually pretty embarrassing, but most of the time, I don't know why, but a lot of the girls I ask out are lesbians. So and then the same thing from the other thing happens where we just become best friends. So, yeah.
No.
What if I will continue?
Very well.
Thank.
Anyways, this is the intro portion of A Shining Force Neo. Yeah, I think that'll do it for today's video. I kind of covered all my bases. Go play this game for yourself. Definitely recommend it.